It's July 6th, 2021. My grades will come out in 11 hours and 52 minutes. Yeah. I'm super nervous. I was traveling and then I had to quarantine because the place said so. Quarantine for 14 days. So I'm supposed to relocate to a new hotel today to complete my 9 more days of quarantine. I'll talk to you guys later and sort of reflect upon my IB exams. I'm going to move to my new hotel first.
It's kinda crazy, the kinds of things life throws at you. I never knew I'd feel so safe in your arms. Now you're all I need. It wasn't long before I knew that I fell for you and you had my heart.
I have just finished lunch. I have this up because my younger sister is sleeping. She's right behind me, so I just have this up to give her a bit of privacy and not film her while she's sleeping. So I guess it's time to update you guys on what my predicted grades were, and I guess I'm going to predict how much I think I will get based on the performance of my exams. And oh my god, I'm so nervous because I'm under so much pressure and I really want to meet my predicted grades, but it's super difficult. And I saw the reports online and how yesterday how the world average this year for our cohort is 33, so I guess that's a sign of hope that most people did pretty well, hopefully. Yeah, so I'm going to start predicting myself, and then yep, I'll go based on the order of my exams. So my first exam was Chinese BHL. I found the writing questions for this exam pretty weird, so I'm not entirely sure. I talked to my teacher about it and she agreed that it was super vague and then that there are a lot of gaps that you had to fill in yourself. But I think overall I still can get a 7 or a very high 6 for my Chinese writing. But for my reading for Chinese, usually I'm very confident in reading. Usually I put my answer down, I know exactly that this is the answer with no doubt. But for this paper, I thought reading was pretty hard. There were some questions that I can only find the answer through eliminating other answers, and when in the past I would know immediately that this option is the answer. That's why I felt a little bit not confident about my Chinese reading paper, even though it's something that is easier for me compared to writing. So I think for that one, I'm going to predict myself a 6 or a 7. I need a 6 to be able to get into a China university, Peking University. I think it'll be a high 6 or a 7. I really hope it's a 7. My second exam was math. Oh my goodness. Okay, the good news is that at least I knew how to do all the questions. And the second good news is that everything was within expectations. So, but for paper 1, there was one question that I just didn't simplify good enough. And I know that paper 1 is my weaker paper, so I really hope paper 2 would balance it out. And paper 2, I think overall, I think I did better than paper 1. So math, I really hope it's a 7 too, because I've worked so hard for math. Yeah, I really hope it's a 7, and I think it will be a 7. Oh my god, I just hope it's a 7. And worst case scenario, a 6, but I really hope it's a 7. Oh, my third subject is English. And English, we only had paper 1 because for our cohort, we had a reduction in the amount of assessments that we have to do due to COVID. English, we were lucky enough to get a visual text, so it was what's that called? It's that text type that provides you information. What's that called? I forgot. So yeah, we were lucky enough to get a visual text because I personally think visual text is my strength, because I always know a lot of details, the coloring, the layout, and things like that. And overall, I think I'm better in visual text than non-visual text, which is complete word types of text. I didn't have time to read over it, but I think I noted a lot of stuff that will hopefully be in the mark scheme. And after we came out, I discussed with my friends, and so far we're on track. It's not like we noticed something that was very controversial or that didn't stand. And you know, in terms of my writing, like you just do what you usually do in class, so I hope nothing goes wrong on that aspect. So, and for English, I always think that I would score a 6 in English, but again, for this one, I really hope it's a 7 again. I know for each subject I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but you know, I want to prepare myself for the worst. I just need a 41 to be able to get, in order to meet my highest conditional offer, and that's for a scholarship actually. So if you think about big picture, 41 points or above is already pretty good. Like I've already met all my offers and things like that, but I'm still applying to Singapore, and for Singapore it's so competitive, it's so important for me to have the highest grade possible. So I'm still hoping that I will be able to meet my predicted grades, but then I'm at the same time preparing myself for the worst. For chemistry, it's interesting that we all found the paper quite easy, and there were a lot of reoccurring question types, or even reoccurring questions. So like maybe not exact wording, but the question that asked for the same thing came up again. So for example, it asked us to draw a sigma bond and a pi bond. This came up so many times, so as long as you've done the past papers, you're fine. And so overall, we thought they're all like recurring question types, and I made sure that I read the question very, very carefully. So I feel like for chemistry, I have most confidence saying that it will probably be a 7. But okay, again, I'm so afraid of just like unknowingly making stupid mistakes that are due to things like you didn't read the question. So and then towards the last week of exams, I have bio and psychology together, and it was like hell because they're all memorization based subjects, and they're on the same day, and then paper 2 is on the second day, on the last day of IB exams actually, like May 20th. So for bio, I don't think I did well in paper 1. I made some dumb mistakes. Dumb mistakes. Like I came right out the test and knowing that I did one of the questions wrong already, and then we all find paper 1 pretty difficult, and then I already know like I think at least 3 questions that I got wrong, and I'm just I'm too scared to think about it. But thankfully paper 1 is only 25%, so I hope my paper 2 balances it out. And then for paper 2, I did all the questions. I knew how to do all the questions, but the section B type of questions, there weren't recurring questions at all. I was hoping that there would be, like for example, a question like describe why water's property is important to the existence of life. This question came up so many times, but for our section B questions, none of the questions came up before. So they were basically all like new. So I mean, I still reviewed and everything, but it's just like you don't have an existing mark scheme to look at. So that's why I feel like overall for a bio, it might be a 6. I feel like, but my teacher did predict me a 23 out of 24 for my IA. But again, it's only like, it only takes up like 25% of the entire thing, and plus my bio teacher's not an examiner, so I cannot put like full confidence in her predicted grades. So for bio, I think it might be a 6. I'm heartbroken. I loved bio, but then after studying IB, I've came to like chemistry more than bio. Okay, and the last exam is psychology. My IA was predicted as 7. My paper 1 was everything within expectation, so thank God. And then we didn't have any HL topics at all. And then all the questions with the new curriculum, all the questions that came up didn't come up before, but we were prepared. So, and then I had the chance to look at the mark scheme because my teacher was an examiner, and then I used all the studies that were in the mark scheme. So that's good news too. It means that I'm on the right track. For paper 2, it was ethical consideration question. We were hoping that we won't bump into like research method and ethical considerations questions, and we dodged that for paper 1 because my class chose CLOA entirely, and CLOA asked us on schema, while the other one, BLOA ERQ asked about animal research, I think, and then SLOA ERQ asked to what extent question that was on HL topic. We are lucky that we got the core content, and that it wasn't a research method question. It wasn't the hard command term like to what extent. Yeah, so psychology, I think it'll be a 7 because my teacher is a senior examiner. He's super experienced, so I have a lot of confidence in his predicted grades. Oh, EETOK. Oh, I did my EE in psychology. My psychology teacher is that experienced in grading a psychology EE, but I made sure I follow all the rubric and things like that, and like how I did with my IA. So I'm hoping that it's an A. Really hoping that's an A. TOK on the other hand, I don't feel as confident in TOK because I think my presentation was pretty good, but then I didn't like my essay as much. So I chose the first question. It's like trust is a necessity and things like that. And it's a question that I think very little people choose, and I think on the internet a lot of people say that they think this question is pretty hard, but then among all the questions, this question speaks to me the most. So that's why I still did it. And I feel like for my presentation as well, I mentioned some pretty like unique and like innovative ideas that I'm not sure if the examiners will like. Yeah, so TOK maybe a B. I still hope I get 3 points though. I really hope I do. Yeah, as you can see, I'm super stressed and nervous. I'm stressed all the time. Like if you know me in person, I always exude stress and anxiousness like in school, because I just feel like I have to have this such high expectation of myself. But yeah, that's enough rambling. I'll see you at night when I check my results.
So, it's okay. I'm dying. No, I will not talk. 等一下，我要 mute. What the? 我再 refresh 一次。Show， 你看垮了吧
Really?
对。哦，my psychology EE. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
My psychology EE was a C. Why?
But you have
Why is my
like-
psychology EE a C? I was predicted an A. Okay, but it's so. Oh my god! Mommy, what? But
Total
why is my
points. Look at your total points.
我知道。不过 why is my psychology EE a C? I thought what the heck?
Look at the defense.
我要拿到 B 我就45了。If I'm like 1 mark away from a B, I'm actually getting a remark.
Total skill. 4 marks.
Why?
You can always require for a.
Remark. I mean, 44 is a very good grade, but why is my psychology EE a C?
44 is better than a very good grade.
Okay, I meant my predicted. My English was a 7. Okay, sorry if I have been speaking Chinese for the past few minutes, because I guess that's my default thing. Yeah, I'm just genuinely shocked that I got a C in my EE, because my teacher predicted me an A, and he's a senior examiner, so I'm genuinely shocked. I looked at my detailed results, and I need 4 marks to get a B, and if I do get a B, I'll be moved up to a 45. So I know like 44, it's an absolutely like great grade, but I'm just surprised, and it's just not what I expected. So I'm definitely going to ask for a remark. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe like I got 44. Oh my god. Okay, well, I actually met my predicted grade, so it's so good. Okay, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm just so glad I didn't let any of my teachers down. Yeah, despite like how afraid they were of predicting a 7, they had the confidence in me, so I'm so grateful for them. Yeah, it's just my EE. I'm just I'm just in shock right now because like I said, like in my previous, like in the footage I recorded earlier in the morning, I thought I would screw up in TOK and do good at EE, and it's the opposite. Like, how does that work? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I can't believe. Yeah, I don't know if a remark will do anything different. A 44 is amazing. It's such an amazing grade, and I'm already like so grateful. Yeah.